How's it going, folks? How's it going? You already know what time it is, especially when you see bam, we got the lights. You know, I mean, it might be a little ghetto or whatever, but hey, man, I'm telling you, these what's it called, flashlights on these phones, they really be, I don't know, I really like it. They be doing the trick. And of course, here you go, you see us right here, and that's actually yesterday's episode. Who's that young man right there? Damn. Look so damn cute. And then bam, of course, that is, I don't think that's our most recent episode, but of course we got some Sherlock Holmes, Watch Dogs, two current series that we working on. But let me go ahead and turn the camera around though. Ooh. Okay. This right here, I really gotta tidy up, man. But we still gonna make it work though. I'm gonna cut the volume down just a tad bit and fix this right here. And then of course, let me go ahead. We gotta get everybody up in this mud. Hold up. Let me adjust. And 1, 2. And bada bing, bada boom. Alright, how's it going, folks? How's it going? As always, we have the YouTube Kingdom and the Kingdoms of Podcasts here. Let me cut this volume down a little bit, because what I did notice is how sometimes, like, whenever I go back and, like, look over my videos or, like, my podcast episodes, sometimes I had the music a little loud. Alright, so I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. But anyway, man, how's it going, everybody? How's it going? You already know the waves. It is Zachariah White, a.k.a. Big Daddy Drip, back at it like it's nothing with this drip in the sauce, cause I am the boss. I am back. We are here. We have another YouTube wow. We do got a YouTube video, but we have another episode of the Royal High Table, and this will make episode 30, man. Big shout outs to us, big shout outs to y'all, big shout outs to just thank you to any and everybody that's had something to do with this essentially being pulled off. Alright, but anyway, just, you know, before I even get into like what I have for today, so far, by the time that you guys are like viewing, you know, whether it be listening or actually seeing the podcast video, at this point, yo, we already recorded an episode of the of Watch Dogs, and then we finally made a deduction and we found out who the killer was in Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes for the bloodbath case. Alright, so y'all go check out those videos. Alright, especially the mystery. Alright, but as far as this particular episode, I have, of course, I got a number of warm questions. Will we get to all of them? Probably not. I don't know. But on top of that, I also have a couple of hot topic questions. Oh yeah, and of course, how could I forget, man? Happy Sunday to everybody. I've been saying that in many of my videos, but yeah, that's basically the wind up and the pitch. You know, that's what I have for this particular episode of the Royal High Table. And then of course, after this episode, man, it's all cool. I'll see y'all again on Tuesday. Actually, man, shit, this week I don't quite know. I'll only have 3 finals to take, and hell, I might knock one out. I'm gonna knock one out tomorrow, knock another one out Tuesday, and I'll just be waiting on one. But you know, I mean, it's all cool. All right, we should still be able to get back to or keep up with our normal daily / weekly activities. All right, and let me think. What's something? How could I forget this, man? Oh shit, I like this one. I'm gonna cut this one up a little bit. But anyway, man, before we quite get into what we have for this particular episode of the Royal High Table, y'all already know I gotta let y'all know, man. Alright, before, you know, like everybody is a god, god, goddess, king, queen, emperor, empress, whatever it is, man. You know, so y'all always keep that in mind. I feel like definitely this, I totally botched it. This is not how I typically give it, but nonetheless, nonetheless, though, man, again, everybody owns something. Everybody is a boss. Everybody is someone of importance in their own rights. Whether or not they know it, and whether or not they know what it is exactly that they hold dominion over. I mean, that's what life's all about. It's about figuring out what that is. All right. But nonetheless, though, man, hell, we give everybody that respect whenever you pull up to this table, whenever you chop, we chop it up with each other. We eat bread, we drink the wine or drink whatever and all that other sort of shit, man. All right, so whenever y'all pull up to this table, whenever y'all come through and we come through and spend, have an awesome time, y'all always bring your crowns and you wear it loud and proud for you. You wear it loud and proud for who and what you represent, and you wear it loud and proud for the entire world to witness and be aware of. But with that being said, let me go ahead and lead the way though. Hold up. Now this is, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, this is gonna keep falling off my head for the entire episode, but we're gonna try to make it work. Jeez Louise. I think I like how I look on camera though. I'm gonna have to see how it looks up. Ooh, I mean, hell, yesterday it didn't even look too bad, with the other crown. But anyway, man, shoot. Again, thank y'all so much for being here with me. Always showing love, always showing support. I mentioned this in yesterday's episode. Like, yo, we just reached 1,000 videos on YouTube. So big shout outs, big love, big support to all of y'all. Big shout outs to me, to the White Empire. Big shout outs to everybody, man. Big shout outs. And you know what? We still gonna keep growing. We still gonna keep grinding. We still gonna keep putting in work. Pretty soon enough, man, at a certain point, we already at 30 episodes of the Royal High Table. We're gonna mess around and we're gonna do 50, then it's gonna be 100. Shoot, hell, but I don't know. At some point in time, we might fuck around and get 1,000 too. So, it's a little something. But you know what? Enough with me prolonging this shit. Let's get to the fucking business, alright? Thank y'all so much for being here with me. But of course, and as always, y'all make sure that y'all ride this wave with me one time for the one time, baby. Let's go. We on the move. Let's get it on and let's get it popping. Okay. Boom. Do. All right, and before I even this is just formalities at this point. But before I even read any of the questions for tonight, right? Oh, I'm going to try to. And my apologies. Excuse me for the burp. What I'm going to do is, for my people on Spotify, my people on Anchor, I'm going to try to make sure that I also do my best to be very interactive, to leave some of these questions that we talk about as polls and as, I guess, open questions for you guys to answer as well. All right. But again, of course, for any questions, anything that, we talk about and discuss. All right. If you guys have any thoughts, considerations, opinions or whatever, at a certain point, it's going to be, we're going to get to the point where we could talk and really hash it out, on camera. We don't necessarily have to go down in the comment sections, even though, if people can if y'all would like, right? But, as for now, man, listen, if you guys have any thoughts, considerations, ideas, all right, whether it be about the question, a topic at hand, or about anything that I say, y'all make sure that y'all go through and y'all leave that down in the comment section below, all right? Or if there is no comment section, I haven't quite checked it out on all of the podcasting sites or whatever, but I know YouTube of course they got the comment section, but y'all also, y'all got my social media information is in the description, all right? So y'all make sure that if y'all can't hit me up, on the podcasting sites, all right, that y'all go through, y'all DM me on IG or Snapchat or Facebook or whatever, and let me know what you think. But anyway, right? For the first question that we'll talk about, well, first off, let me pull it up though. Let me scroll down real quick. The first question that we have is, if you had the opportunity to get a message across to a large group of people, what would your message be? All right. And of course, I think, shoot, hell, being a YouTuber or podcaster, or I'll say this, just in many people, in today's society, have the ability to I guess, get a message across and potentially reach a large amount of people. You know, I guess let me get even more direct. You know, people can cut on a camera, or cut on, I guess, hit record on something and all that other sort of jazz, and basically talk or do whatever it is that they intend to do to convey something to, somebody somewhere. All right, so I guess a lot of people have that, I guess, ability. But what would your message be? As far as me, what message would I convey? It's been something, I think, for anyone who's paid attention throughout, many of the episodes that we've been doing, y'all. I think it wouldn't come to a surprise that, like, I guess these 2 points that I'm going to talk about are the things that I would like most promote, or most, I guess, the message that I would like divulge and really spread to lots of people. All right, and plus, not only that, of course, I've already mentioned it, in response to many other questions. Perhaps I've already answered this question before. I don't know. Maybe this question is just very similar. I don't know. Probably reworded or whatever. But one particular, I guess, message that I would convey is that, like, for people, like, when it comes to society, be very careful with the customs and practices. And, like, in my notes, what I typed out was today, like, whatever it is that may be acceptable, whatever it is that may be the move, the wave, I don't know, the whatever it is that society or whatever, or a society, you, I, or your friends or family, all that, whatever it is that might be the green light today, will, can, and most likely will be, a red light, or a crime, tomorrow. Right, and hell, maybe whatever it is that we doing today is a crime, crime of yesterday as well. And let me, I guess, further elaborate on what I mean by that. Right, like, there are a number of things that we're doing nowadays in society that the people of the past wouldn't approve. The people of the past don't approve, and not only that, but okay, like, because oftentimes, whenever, like, having discussions about, again, I guess the differences in generations, of course, it's always brought up that, okay, well, this so and so past generation wouldn't approve of this particular thing that's going on in today's society. But very rarely does anybody mention anything of of what's to come in the future, because perhaps some of the same stuff that we've that we've normalized, and I guess we sort of kind of, or is okay, I'm not gonna say we said it's okay, but just is okay, is some of the same stuff that, again, that our children, grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren are fighting to repeal or get rid of, and all that other sort of shit, whenever their day comes about. So I just say be careful with that. And I think the main thing that, or I guess the main reason why I say be careful with that, is because I've been doing a good bit of thinking. And of course, I don't know, maybe I might be just repeating essentially, what I just said these past minute or two. But I'm trying to think of a specific example. Well, I do have examples up here, right? And this example, I know I've already mentioned before, but let's take example skin color, right? Now, in the past, of course, it was, it's the wave, it's the move to be of a lighter skin tone, right? There's been a huge issue. There still is a huge issue regarding bleaching, right? Especially within the black community, right? And although nowadays now it's sort of kind of reversed, right? Of course, it's accepted, that the darker skin tones, man. Now it's, there's a whole lot of love going in that direction, and that's fine. What I would say is, one, just be careful with that. Again, not to make sure that, one, so that whatever bullshit that was given to people who had darker skin tones or whatever, one, I think we just need to be conscious enough not to give that same bullshit to, lighter skin tone people, just, and not only that, not try to justify it, by like, oh, okay, well, they've experienced this or whatever they've experienced the better end of the deal. They got the better end of the stick, for all this time. They can handle, whatever bullshit, for whatever given period of time. That's not right. That's not right. Hell, I thought, I'm not even gonna hold you, when it came to fixing issues or whatever, I thought the move was not to shift. It was to completely eliminate whatever issue or whatever it is at hand, not just to shift it somewhere. And I'll even say this: that is an example that, that, I guess, the point of, like, we can give appreciation, give love and support to whichever party, whichever group that has been, that has been shit on, or that has been, kicked around and all that other sort of jazz. We can give support to them, but also keep in mind that that doesn't then mean for you to give bullshit, or give especially unwarranted bullshit, to said other party. People need to keep that in mind or whatever. Otherwise, there's always going to be an issue. Whatever issue that people are trying to fix, that issue's always going to be at play. The only difference is the party, I'm not going to say complaining party, but the party who has the grievances, that'll shift. That's the only thing that'll be done changed. Damn, I feel like I went on that point. I don't think that was that wasn't my original, I guess, line that I was trying to go down. But again, whatever it is that's okay nowadays, all right, can and may most likely, be ruled out, tomorrow, right? And I'll also say, people, our society, we need to keep that in mind as well when looking back at some of the things that have gone on in the past. And just keep that in mind moving forward. Not saying that we can't call anything that has went out, and any bullshit that went down in the past out. Nah. We definitely got to do that. But just keep that in mind as well, because just because we're correcting the wrongs, or at least we're righting the wrongs from the past. All right. Don't mean that we ain't doing the same shit. You got that we not also fucking up as well. There'll be something for the next generation to come on and do anyway. All right. But another this is my second point that I would like to say, right? And this is like regarding life in general, because I don't quite know, like, I mean, I know that back when I was in middle school and high school, a whole, there was the talk of, what's the secret to life? Like, what the fuck? How do you decode life? How do you break life? How do you, well, not break life, like, I don't know, how do you navigate life, right? And I remember mentioning this let me shout out HCC, the Haitian Cultural Club, excuse me, here in Tallahassee, because we had I went to an event of theirs about like probably several weeks ago, all right, and it was regarding mental health. And I believe I've already talked about this particular event, and as well as this particular club, not too long ago. But we essentially talked about mental health, and at some point in time I said, like, when it comes to life, people may think, or may judge, or may, I don't know. People are gonna do what people gonna do, but just keep this in mind. Everybody needs a recipe. Everybody needs a strategy. Everybody needs tactics. Everybody needs a certain way of navigating life. And with that being said, there's going to be I guess in a lot of people's strategies and a lot of people's methods of navigations, there's going to be a lot of similarities, but there's also going to be a number of differences. All right, and I remember mentioning at the specific event that, okay, now, like, whatever, like, there are many different ingredients to life, ingredients such as love, hate, greed, selflessness, hell, I'll throw intelligence, logic, logical reasoning, throw, like, stuff like that. What's some other stuff, hell, working out. basically basically think any characteristic, think any trait, right? All of that, those are ingredients to life. Those are, components that just components that be, and are just waiting to be, I guess, thrown in the mix, to create and form some sort of kind of a strategy, or some sort of kind of a recipe, some sort of kind of, I don't know, technique or whatever, to doing whatever in life, right? And everybody may have a different, different recipe, but not only that, but even in itself. And I think this is what is unique about life, this is what's special about life, is because even if you get a handful of people that happen to have the same handful or whatever of characteristics, traits, that are within their personal recipe, it then is is something, because everybody needs different amounts of said recipes. So if you take a handful of people that, say they need to be incorporated in their in their recipes, they gotta be hard working, they gotta be diligent, they gotta be attentive, they also gotta be prompt, they got, and they gotta be selfish and blah blah blah. Even then, even if all that was a part of their recipe or a part of their strategy, not only that, I mean, shoot, hell, for the sake of them, then they'd have to, I mean, shit, there's gonna be different amounts. Maybe one of them's got to be more selfish, and like more selfish and less prompt. Yeah, somebody else got to be more prompt and less selfish. So, just again, that's even then, that speaks to something that we already know. We know life to be very complex, but that's just, hell, somewhat of an explanation, as to how complex life really could be. So I'd say, again, people are gonna everybody's gonna have their thoughts, opinions, ideas, judgments, or whatever, but just keep that in mind and try to sort of kind of keep, just play it cool whenever, I guess, going about in formulating these thoughts and ideas. All right, and the formulation of thoughts and ideas is important, because shit, that's where the actions follow right in suit behind, said. Okay, the body moves, of course, right after whatever it is that's going up in here, hell, after this done went through and did this little thing, then of course the body follows through. So I guess that's the greater significance behind, just sort of kind of keeping the complexity of life in hand. It's the complexity of life, in mind. But I don't know. Hell, I'm getting real philosophical in this shit. But you know what? It's cool. We're going to go ahead. We're going to hop on to another hot topic. Oh, not hot topic. Another question. My fault, y'all. Right? As far as this, another question. Right. I got this one right here. And I like this one. This one reminds me of a question that we answered yesterday. Right? And this particular question, oh yeah, and by the way, this question and the last question came from Bucket List Journey. So big shout outs to Bucket List Journey. But this particular question is, if life is so short, why do we do so many things we don't like, and like so many things we don't do? All right. And I'm going to repeat that one more time, right? If life is so short, why do we do so many things we don't like, and like so many things we don't do? Okay, I like it. Well, that's one of them ones you got to make sure that you, okay, this this reminds me of, again, the question that we talked about yesterday, which was like, the question was something along the lines of, why wait should you be like, do you place more focus on doing things right or doing things the right way? It was something to that degree, something to that magnitude. And I do have an answer for this. I liked it. I liked it. This is one of those questions that'll make people think, but I had an answer right off the bat. And like the first, I had two responses. The first one was, that I have in my notes, is life, like, deep deep down, for a lot of people, life can't and shouldn't be, all of one thing or another, right? So again, that'll explain why, people do so many, people do so many things that they don't like, and like so many things that they don't do. Because if people, I guess, just did everything that they liked, whatever, that wouldn't be fulfilling. I don't know. It wouldn't be as fulfilling, or wouldn't be as enjoyable as, as what it may be. Like when one goes about and proposes that as a solution, it sounds nice. It sounds nice in theory, but when we think to how things could actually play out, how it could be, in reality, it's not. It's just not quite up to par. It's just not quite up to par, and it would leave it, and just like there's some degree, some level of dissatisfaction or disappointment or whatever, in the way that things are now, there would be that same thing, if somebody went through and did all, just did everything that, that they wanted or liked to do. And as far as, oh yeah, like I also had like a follow-up. I also said, like, there needs to be like the mix of the opposites. So if there's pain, of course there definitely needs to be relief, and if there is, oh yeah, relief and peace. All right, otherwise, whatever is left of that half of that dyad, of that, of the duo, the pairing, it loses something. It loses something for sure. I'm not quite sure what that something is, but it definitely loses something. But my second point that I had was, also, like, there are a number of things that, like, appear a certain kind of way before one goes about and does something, but after they go and they experience it, for whatever reason, again, there's a certain level that something just isn't quite right. Something isn't quite right. And what I put down, and I tried to, like, word it. I tried to put it in some nice, I guess, some nice and simple words, but the experience does not equate to the prior perception. So, however grandioso that whatever action, or sometimes it doesn't even have to be an action. Sometimes it could be a person. It could be, whatever it is. The anticipation is very great. Ooh, excuse me. This is going to be so good. This is going to be so great. This is going to be so awesome. This is going to be so much of this. And then when it finally goes down, something doesn't quite live up to the hype, and that's something that we, especially in today's society, we know a lot about, because you just pay attention to, like, one of the top examples would be, like, fights, like UFC fights, or boxing matches, or we could talk of what, sometimes music releases or whatever, how there is a certain level of hype, a certain level of promotion that's put about a particular thing, that and then once one has the experience of, okay, well, what the hell is it? This is awesome, yo. There's a whole lot built into the I guess process or the experience leading up to it, but damn, how's it? Okay, so it must really be something afterwards, and then when it finally gets here, it's just, I don't know, the energy, the experience doesn't quite, in the evaluation of things, doesn't quite match up. And so I think that might be also another thing as well, whether people whether people know it or not. But damn, I feel like damn, I thought there was something else. Oh, that okay, that's what I wanted to mention, right? Because I now, as far as like again that